All right, guys, what is happening? Wanted to share this video with you today, so thanks for tuning in. Craig is on his way down here as we speak. I hope you enjoy this. Stay tuned. What do you think?
Well, I sat in it a few minutes ago. I mean, to me, it looks like it's ready to go. I mean, let's put the vinyl and the stereo stuff, turn it on, and let's just drive.
You know, we actually did our cold start tune, and we haven't revealed that video yet, but everything was great. There's just because there's little bits and pieces we're chasing to replicate your engine bay, we had to pull things off the motor to send out again.
The complexity of the sound system.
You know, we initially talked with a few different companies to do all that work, and everyone's so busy and have so few employees now. They were giving us quotes of like, 6 months before they could start on it. I've indicated before, I'm not a stereo dude, and this has been kicking my ass.
You have to understand, like I've been talking to you about, there are really no great pictures of this because cameras back then sucked.
Yeah.
You're talking about 1 megapixel point and shoots, these little Canon cameras are this big.
Yeah. This is pretty much the same depth of what you're...
the tub.
It's essentially...
And then it's going to be, fiberglass and have a rising pedestal to support the tray for the amplifiers.
Yeah, so we have that already pre-positioned. We built a template to see exactly where the 3 amps stand and the positions they're in. Because they're all in a little bit of a unique position for display purposes.
What people need to remember was there's 1,000 different ways to build a stereo system in the trunk of a Supra. My thing was the Targa top must fit with all the equipment in there because I'm not willing to sacrifice that.
And we did that.
And that's
we achieved that. Because the Targa top has a little bow to it.
It sure does.
And it fits in there beautifully.
And then it goes right here to these back brackets.
We put these guys in, so we achieved that as well.
That's the part that's going to drive you crazy when you start putting the amps in there. And then before you gel coat it and all that shit, you're going to be fitting that Targa top in there like 20 times.
That's the thing that's kicking our ass.
So many details that doesn't show up on camera, like all these moldings, everything are new. The glass looks all new. All the rubber looks new. I mean, this is in better condition than my car was back in 1998 and it was only 4 years old.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, Craig, it's not just building a replica of your car. It's really restoring a Supra.
Two things going on at the same time.
Yeah, because we weren't going to put old parts on this car.
I'm fascinated about how they do the graphics now, because back in the old days, they had to do certain layers, and then somebody comes in with an airbrush to get the shadowing and anything. But technology has advanced after 20 years, and all that stuff is built into the file now digitally, and it all prints at one time.
Those guys are amazing over there. Hats off to Modern Image.
Yeah, those guys are amazing.
Those guys are awesome. They're really easy to work with.
Funny of a part of that, some of the guys that are still there were there back 20 years ago, so they remember all this.
Isn't that mind-blowing? Yeah. So, as you know, this isn't the hood that's staying on the car. Although it looks and fits great, we discovered that the correct hood is really the TRD hood. It actually raises up a little bit higher and has a little bit of a bulbous round edge.
Hey, Daryl, you were talking about bulbous and round, so I thought you were calling on me. So
thank you. Just in time.
I think he was
to the
rescue. And this is a walk down memory lane.
So we're getting there, right?
Those things are impossible to find.
Yeah,
Impossible.
so we ended up doing a direct match, and we're able to powder coat those in a wrinkle finish to replicate the original Greddy pipes.
I always hated this thing.
It's so easy to go back and look at this now and say, oh, we do this different and this different. It's been fun. I mean, the car's going to make great power when we do our final tune on it.
But to me, it looks like it's 98% done.
It's really close.
Here, now it's 99% done.
Is that orange or red?
It is orange.
Okay. Oh, where's all the orange hoses, y'all?
It is here. We just haven't put it on yet because, again, just final tweaks and touches yet.
And they're hideous looking.
Horrible.
But we're going to put them on.
Horrible.
But for now, we took off all the pipes that are going to be powder coated wrinkle blue, mainly this one, but the hot side pipes are also going to be powder coated wrinkle blue as they were in the Greddy 4-row intercooler kit. I'm also going to be taking the new radiator stays that are polished to get a better polish on them because it's not as good as the rest of the stuff that's polished. And we also got the intake pipe done. So let's head on over to Luis and get this stuff dropped off.
Let's head on over to Luis and get this stuff dropped off.
You know how we have that little filter that hangs down here that's ugly? So we could still do that.
Yep.
But I'm gonna put a plug inside the hose so it's not actually gonna be.
Oh, cool. So it'll look like.
We're gonna do that. Richard said he can weld a bung back here for the breather.
Oh, nice.
So that way that will have this hose.
Oh, that's cool.
And this one will go to the intake.
And that'll
have a filter.
Okay. Cool.
Take a look inside.
Yeah, so what do you think on the interior, man? You think
Holy
it's coming
shit.
together accurate?
This carbon fiber is at least as good as mine was the day I pulled it out of the package.
Well, you mispronounced it's carbon fiber.
I'm loving this airbag over here with the Clarion screen in there. That seam is even better than it was in my car, which makes me mad.
It was kind of nerve-wracking to drill into a brand new dashboard.
Yeah,
James did it. He's been really meticulous about the details of putting all the gauges in properly, and it is a little nerve-wracking when you think about having to drill.
Don't feel obligated to run the wires in a hole in the dash. You can probably run them behind that vent.
We're going to change that up a little bit.
We're going to run a hole in the dash, bro.
Yeah, we weren't in love with the idea of showing all the wires and stuff exposed like your car had. We're going to
one was a low pressure oil pressure warning light.
Correct.
And the other one was just nitrous
arming, right?
Arming.
Yeah.
That it was on.
Yep.
Some of you know, some of you may not know that these old school Greddy 60 millimeter warning gauges have individual brains, right? So we got 4 gauges, 1, 2, third one's gonna go there, boost gauge is gonna go over there. That means we have 4 brains to find space for in this dash, right? So I got 2 here. I'll put a third one there for the EGT, and the fourth one will go there for the boost meter. And I like to keep everything clean, organized, and have it make sense as much as possible. This way, in case you do have any kind of malfunction in the future, you can get to it quickly, easy, and hopefully rectify whatever situation you got going on. So let's keep hammering away at this.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
You could see the amount of work that we had to do to it. We had to add about 1/4 of an inch to the sides. We had to add about 1/4 of an inch to almost a 1/2 inch here.
Now this is carbon fiber.
Yeah, well, it's carbon fiber, but you know, it's a mix. It's a blend. You know, all these hoods have carbon fiber outer layer skin, and then the rest of it's just.
It's like CFR or something like that, right? Carbon fiber reinforced.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of work, and we thought this was just an amazingly nice hood, and it was a great hood. The problem is you could put your fingers through the gaps. We couldn't live with that. Fortunately for us, Joe is taking notes of how much paint in the application process that went on the orange Supra. And we have the original material still bottled, so I'm not worried about, you know, paint match. You know,
you forgot to mention Joe is a wizard also. You know.
I think that goes inside. Yeah. So what do you think, Craig, overall?
It's a refreshed version of what I drove 20 years ago. And in a lot of ways, in many, 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 many ways, it's way better than the car that we built.